Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Mega Man Pixel Tactics unboxing. It's not for the blue Mega Man box, it is for the Stardroid Promo Pack. So I did end up getting to pick this up, so I figured we'd show it off. It's only like 10 cards, it's not going to be too much. But they are villains from Mega Man 5 that were based off the planets. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in and take a look at these guys. So we're going to start with Mercury. Who has 1 in 19. This leader has +2 attack strength for each card underneath it. Action, clear a corpse in any unit and place it under this leader. Cool, so he gets stronger the more he absorbs stuff. If we flip him over to his unit side, he has, in his front row, he has in Vanguard, he has +3 attack strength for each corpse in all Vanguards. In his middle, he has +3 attack strength for if the Forerunner is a corpse card in front of him. And in the rear, he has +1 attack strength for each corpse in your back unit. So yeah, he gains a lot of strength for being up front. He likes to have lots of dead people around him. His special thing there is clear a corpse and draw a card. If there are no corpses in your unit at the end of your turn, return this card to your hand. Cool. So yeah, very neat there. We have Venus, a little bulby looking guy. Action, clear a corpse to apply 3 damage to each rival, hero, or leader in the melee. I wonder if they're based on corpses. That's like the planetary thing, or if it has to do with the fact that you fight them after you defeated the original 8 bosses. So maybe it's like, oh, you've already defeated all these guys. There's all these corpses of these old guys. I wonder if that's what it is. Intercept. This hero takes no damage from range attacks. Spell. Clear corpse to apply 3 damage to each rival, hero, in melee. Forerunner takes 2 less damage from ranged attacks. And a trap. Ooh, yay, more traps. When a rival uses a ranged attack, apply 3 damage to that hero. If the damage is not lethal, return this to your hand. Neat. So these guys have a way of keep bouncing stuff back. That's pretty cool. We have Terra, or Earth, as it would be. After you play an order, you may choose to return it to your hand at the end of your turn. If you do, discard a card at random after returning it. Interesting. I like the fact that it's after you return it, so you might return it to your hand and then end up having to discard it anyhow, which is kind of an interesting way to play that. Alright, so he has a free attack, +2 attack strength, or Forerunner has 2 attack strength. So he doesn't deal with corpses. Return a hero to its owner's hand. Each rival may do the same. If anyone does, return this card to your hand at the end of turn. Oh, lots of bouncing here, which is pretty neat. We have Mars, who looks like he has a giant canyon on his head. If this is attacked and you have 4 or more cards in hand, discard a card at random to prevent all damage from this leader. Interesting. So, randomness. Ranged attack. This hero takes 2 less damage from melee attacks. Ranged attack. Spell. Clear a corpse. If you did, apply 3 damage to each hero and leader adjacent to it. And trap. Prevent up to 3 damage to your leader. If you prevented 2 or less damage this way, return this card to your hand at the end of your turn. Neat. I like these. I like these returning cards. Kind of cool. Jupiter. Limited action. Apply 2 damage to each hero in a column of a rival's unit. Nice. Yeah, spell. Apply 2 damage to each rival hero in melee. When your leader takes damage from a melee attack, reduce it by 1. He has ranged attack, and the Forerunner also has ranged attack. And apply 2 damage to each hero in a column of a rival's unit. If you damage 3 heroes this way, return this card to your hand. Oh, it's neat. The other one's been, if you can't do enough stuff, you get to use this again. This actually goes the other direction. If you deal more damage, you get it returning. Here we have Saturn. Limited action. Rivals choose a hero in their unit, apply 2 damage to each other hero in a rival's unit, and 1 damage to the leader. Rivals choose a hero in their unit, apply 2 damage to each other hero in rival's unit, and 1 damage to this leader. So he takes a point of damage. And then you basically get to pick 1 guy you don't hurt and you hit him around. So it's kind of like a ring. Kind of neat. Makes sense, right? Free spell, apply 1 damage to each rival hero. Ranged attack, +2 attack strength when making melee attacks. Spell, Move a rival hero to its vanguard of its unit. Rivals choose a hero or leader in the unit. Apply 1 damage to each other card in the unit. If they chose their leader, return this card to your hand. Ooh. Because if it's a leader, it's going to hit everybody. If they choose a corner, it's only going to hit a couple people. That's kind of neat. Uranus. Free action. Place a card from your hand as a corpse into a rival's unit. Interesting. So you mess up your opponent's board. Spell. A rival must place a card from his hand as a corpse in that rival's unit. Spell. A rival must place a top card of his deck as a corpse into the rival's unit. Into that rival's unit. Spell. Place a card from your hand as a corpse into a rival's unit. And place this card as a corpse into the rival's unit. When this card is cleared from the rival's unit, return it to your hand. Well, these guys could be very strong together, like him. He could placing corpses left and right. We have Neptune, God of the Sea. At the end of each rival's turn, apply 3 damage to each hero in that wave that did not attack, move, or was not recruited this turn. Interesting. 3 damage is a lot, but it's a very specific condition. Alright, spell, apply 3 damage to each rival in melee. Ranged attack, he has spell, apply 3 damage to a hero or 1 damage to their leader. One of your heroes makes a melee attack. If the attack does not target a leader, return this card to your hand at the end of the turn. Ooh, that's fun. So, like, again, you don't target the harder card, you get something cool. Now, our final one, who's no longer a planet, but we have Pluto, who's like a cat. That's kind of cool. This leader can attack once per turn, regardless of the current wave. Oh, and he has 4 attacks. That's pretty cool. Alright, spell, perform a melee attack, and then move this hero to flank. Interesting. Attack. It's just kind of neat. So if you start in the beginning, this is how he's going to work. You start in the beginning, you're performing your melee attack, and moving back to the second one. He has +1 attack strength spell, perform a melee attack, to move this hero to rear. So now he can attack on the third wave. Ranged attack, so now he can attack anywhere. Perform a ranged attack, then move this hero to vanguard. Now you can move back up to the front. So he can essentially attack every single wave over and over. Apply 3 damage to a hero. If this damage is not lethal, return this card to your hand at the end of turn. Cool. Then we have the boss of the Stardroids. We have Sunstar, who has X attack. Long attack. X is the number of cards in your discard pile. Cool. So this could be very early on, not going to be as good, but as the game goes on, it's going to become very powerful. Long spell. Apply 5 damage to each hero in a column of rival unit. Range attack spell. Apply X damage to target hero. X is the number of cards in your discard pile. And discard your leader and replace it with this card's leader side. Transfer all damage from your leader to the previous one. Oh, that's neat. Because then later on you can be like, oh, early in the game, use this guy's cool ability. One of their other Stardroid abilities or whatever, if you're just playing Stardroids. And then towards the end, after you have a bunch of cards in your discard pile, swap him out. He has 18 health, right? What does everyone else have? Like 21, 17, 18. So he doesn't have a lot more health than most of them. So it's not like that's abusive. Alright, then the last card we have is Quint, who is in Mega Man 5 as well, but he was also in Mega Man 2. I had to kind of read up on him because I wasn't for sure. So he's kind of like a future version of Mega Man. It's debated on, I guess, depending on which canon or which lore you're looking at. The comic books do one thing, the video games do another. So he might be like a Shadow Mega Man. He might be a copy robot Mega Man. In the comic books, he actually is in one alternate future. He is actually Mega Man turned into him. So he's kind of an interesting little character. He appeared in both of them games plus a couple other non-US releases. So he has ranged attack. This leader takes 2 less damage from melee attacks. Then he has, when this hero is moved from another row to a vanguard, apply 4 damage to a rival hero or leader. When this hero moved from another row to flank, move 3 damage from it. And when this hero is moved from another row to rear, draw a card. Okay, so he's going to get bonuses from moving around. So when he moves to each area, he gains a bonus. This trap. Return one of your heroes to your hand. If you did if that hero did not have lethal damage on it, you may recruit it again immediately to any slot. So this is interesting. It's the only card that doesn't have, I think it didn't have a way to like bounce him back to his hand, but because he's bouncing the other guys back. Which is actually really fun as well, because then you could bounce a guy that like, oh, now I can use their operation later. It's cool. So to kind of go with, I have one other card to show up. It's not from this set. It's from the fan-made set, which I also did a video on. You can check out. I'll try to remember to link the other Mega Man Tactics games in this description. But it was the other card that he's synonymous with being with. It is Sakagarin. So this is like his pogo stick slash drill that he rides around on. And that's why he gets his movement ability, because he's on a pogo stick all the time, bouncing around. It's also like an attack drill. So that's his whole thing, is why he gets to go ahead and play this, which is also kind of interesting just to look at this card as well, because it has Clear Corpse, and uses Vanguard ability, Clear uses the Flank, Clear uses the Rear Guard, or Clear Corpse and use the Rivals thing. So lots of the other guys on the Stardroids that all use Clear Corpse, and it's kind of cool. If you included him in there, he actually has Clear Corpse's abilities as well. Activate the order effect of the top card of your Rival's discard pile and discard a card from your hand. You can't discard a card, apply 4 damage to the leader. Interesting. Yeah, so I just want to kind of point him out because he kind of ties in with him. And there's some neat other thematic stuff you can do with that. So of course we also get the Proto Man deck and the Mega Man deck. So we got both packs. But yeah, that's the Stardroid pack. So the only promotion, if you've been watching all the other videos, the only cards I haven't shown off are the 5 Kickstarter exclusive cards, which were a couple of cards from Mega Man 1 and 2, some like mid bosses, and then 1 card from 5, I think 7, and 1 from 4 or 5. One of the other later games. But they added in, and then later they fan-made the rest of the group. So they didn't reprint those cards in that fan-made because they figured people already had them. But that's what we have. So yeah, if you guys enjoy these games, if there's another Mega Man game you'd like me to check out, hit me up in the comments. I love Mega Man. I still want to check out the UFC game for it. I gotta find those and pick those up. They're a little bit pricey, so they're hard to find. Yeah, if there's any other Mega Man games, I'd love to check them out. There are going to be some more Pixel Tactic videos I will be doing for most of the other boxes while I try and collect all those. So I bought these, I really liked them, so I went and picked up most of the rest of the other Pixel Tactics games. You can definitely keep an eye out for them too, or look for those if you're watching this well after I posted it. Yeah, hit me guys up in the comments. See you guys later. Bye.